All right, so I'm looking at the futures, the NASDAQ futures for September 2024, and I'm looking to see if buyers have exhausted their positions. As you can see, buyers are no more willing to buy and sellers are coming in because we can't find any buyers. So I'm going to go ahead and put a sell order in.
Order filled.
Right here, normally I wouldn't do this, but as you can see, buyers are no more willing to buy and the sellers are coming in. So what drives price is obviously buyers and sellers. So as you can see here, buyers have come in, but they have exhausted themselves, and I'm seeing that there's no more willing buyers coming into play. Now previously, yes, they were around 10 a.m. Today, but that's no longer the case right now. As you can see, we have no more willing buyers coming in, and sellers are kind of market ordering, and they are going further down. But we are getting into an area where there was a lot of willing buyers to buy at this price. Now the question is, are buyers really wanting to buy at this price? Are they feeling like it's too high? Maybe they can sellers can push it a little low. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take profit right here, and I got out in 120. So I want to see, are buyers really wanting to come in this place, or are they wanting price to come a bit lower so that they can get in over here? Okay, same thing for the sellers. What's happening with the sellers is that they're not finding any buyers, and so they're just market execution. It's like selling it at the highest price possible. Obviously, the goal of the sellers is to want to sell at these areas right here. They don't want to be selling down here below, but they're not finding any buyers. Okay, so I'm just watching to see how buyers are reacting to this price. Obviously, there's no buying activity right now because buyers are probably thinking this price is a bit too high. I want to see what the sellers are going to do. Now, in order for there to be no change in price, it means that for every buyer there's a seller. But if you want a change in price, you're gonna have to kind of fight it out, and whoever relinquishes their hold first is the loser. Which right now sellers are, buyers are coming in and buying it up because they feel like this area is a good place to buy. I mean, I'd rather buy at 970 than at 2000, right? So the buyers are coming in. Sellers are no more willing to sell at this price because they feel it's too cheap. Hopefully the buyers can take over, bring price up, and then they'll sell. But we'll see. I have to see, what they are deciding to do. Again, no more willing buyers over here. Buyers are coming in. Not really. This is a 1 minute chart. Okay. So again, we have to kind of see where the orders are coming from. Now you cannot see the orders behind the chart. You're basically trading naked at this point. You're just kind of relying on candles to make informed decisions. But there are other tools that you can use in order to see how many orders are coming in, what the volume is like, and so forth and so forth. So right now buyers are coming in. Okay, this is a favorable price for them to buy, but the last time buyers exhausted themselves was at this area over here. So I'm just wanting to see if it's going to be the same for that. Let's just see how it reacts at this previous high in terms of the buy. If not, we're going to take a sell down. But if buyers are willingly buying at these prices and saying, okay, this is a good price to pay, the candles will go up. But as you can see again, here, they're not willing to go past this price at the moment. Okay, let's push it back up. Let's see if they're going to go ahead and kind of run through this area. I'm looking at this low, this swing high over here, and I wanted to see if it's going to come past this previous high or break that previous high. When we talk about breaking structure, all it simply means is that we had willing buyers that were willing to buy at a higher price than its previous structure. But as we can see, there are no more willing buyers coming in. So sellers are pushing the price down in order to get them to buy so that they can push the price up so that they can come back and sell at a higher price. Same thing for the buyers. They're not coming into the fold because they're wanting the sellers. It's not like they're baiting the sellers into pushing it down to a certain level so that they can buy it up. Okay, so whenever you see this back and forth, all it simply means is that whenever there's a change in price, all it simply means is that there's an imbalance and that the participants are willing to buy or sell at that particular price. So as you can see, buyers are coming in right now. They don't want to go past that area, or they're not willing to buy that high, or if they feel that it's an appropriate price. As you can see, it just touched that line. Okay, so let's see if it's going to go past that previous swing high. If yes, that means that this is an appropriate place for them to buy. They are more willing buyers than there are sellers. Buyers are being aggressive right now. Over here, we can see that sellers were not willing to sell at this price, hence forcing buyers to come in, pushing the price up. Let's see what the sellers are going to do at this level right here. Or if buyers are going to come in. So basically, it's a back and forth. It's a competition between who gains more territory and, of course, who makes the most profit as well. You want to make sure that if you are more biased towards the buying side, that you want to wait until sellers are exhausted, and then you want to buy. You wait for sellers to push price down where they're no more wanting to sell at this price. That's when it's a good entry price right there. So as you can see, buyers are not, they don't want to go past this point right here as of right now. Okay, let me just take this away. So at this part right here, they're not willing to buy at this 19,984 price. They're like, no, it's too much. Let's see if we can get the sellers to come in and push it down. That's exactly what sellers are doing. Again, are the sellers going to come past this point? I don't know, but let me get in for a sell because it did get into a drop-based drop. Okay, I'm up 120, so I'm waiting for price to push down here, and I want to see if they're going to be selling, if they are willing to sell. So as you can see, I was willing to sell at 973, but I was not willing to sell at the 960. Okay, so buyers are coming in. Let's see if it's going to push down here. Hopefully it will. Hopefully there's no more willing buyers and sellers continue to push it down. But if not, if it crosses this previous high, I will get out in a quick short loss. Does that make sense? So that's how I trade. I trade and I see an opportunity. I see that buyers came into this fold twice and they didn't budge, which means we've ran out with 0 buyers. Okay, so they're not willing to buy, which means price can no longer go up if there's no buyers. Okay, and as you can see, sellers came in. So if it passes that point, that's my cue to get out. If not, I'm just gonna ride it down. Okay, let's see if buyers, again, that area buyers. Okay, let's see. It's like I feel like I'm commentating a football game, a soccer game. It's just back and forth, back and forth. Again, as you can see, sellers are coming in strong. There's just not a lot of buying activity right now. As you can see, buyers are probably hesitant to buy at this price. They probably feel like it could go down a bit further. Okay, so this is me live trading. So I'm thinking right now, as it stands, we have a downtrend. This is a 1 minute chart. Okay, so I'm not looking at the overall picture. I'm just kind of wanting to scalp and get kind of get in and out. So I want to see how price reacts at this low level over here. Hopefully it shoots right through. That would be great for me, obviously, because I am in a sell. But as again, you can see price buyers coming in. Could it be that sellers are no more willing to sell at this price? They're like, no, I see there's some buying power over here. I'm gonna hold off on selling. Let's just wait and see. Okay, so again, buyers again a bit hesitant to buy at this price, and again, this is just a waiting game. Sometimes you just got to be patient, or sometimes you just got to walk away. Sometimes you just got to cut your losses. But the goal is to let your profits run and cut your losses short very quickly. Okay, so let's see how that works. Okay, I'm up 120.75. Literally, I have 3 contracts. How did I get 3 contracts? I think that was a mistake. Should have been 1 contract. But anywho, this is just for showing you guys kind of the trade and kind of my mindset and what I'm looking at. So whenever I'm looking at trading, I'm always saying, okay, where's the exhaustion? Where are buyers no more willing to buy? Where are sellers not willing to sell? Okay, so as you can see here, at this point right here, it could be an entry point. It could be a resistant area for sellers, and it could be a good entry for buyers. But I just want to wait and see how it reacts at that particular time, at that price, excuse me, at that particular price. And I want to see how buyers are going to react. Do they think this is a good price, or are they saying, nope, I don't want to buy at that price. I want to, I want to see what the sellers are going to do. Can they bring the price down lower? Does that make sense? And so I'm just going to get out here because it is at this area. So I'm going to get out. So that's 705. But now I just want to see how it reacts. It could push past, but I don't want to take the chance where it reflects back up for the buyers. Okay, because again, as you can see previously, this was a good buyers thought this was a good area to buy, and they were right. Okay, so as you can see here, a little bit of a retracement. Buyers pushing up. There's a little bit of a wick. Again, I can't see. I'm trading blind in terms of I'm just seeing the candlesticks. I'm not seeing order flow. I'm not seeing the orders coming in. So I'm just from looking at this chart with a naked eye, I can see that again here buyers are coming in. This is the buyers. Okay, that was there for a short while. But look at the sellers. Are sellers willing to go right down? And they are. Okay, but however, do note that we are in a little bit of a demand zone right here. So I just want to see how price reacts. I want to give buyers another chance to kind of see how they're going to react for this market. Okay, let's see if buyers are willing to buy at 950. If not, the sellers are going to push the price down until we can get some until buyers coming in and they feel like this is an appropriate place to get in. Okay. I wish I would have stayed in. It's all good. I'm very cautious because I've been in a position where I came into the zone and then shot back up and then I was in the negative. Okay, so I'd rather just take my wins. But the reason why I didn't let it run because of this buying from the buyers over here. Okay, it's very aggressive. Buyers were very aggressive at this price, so I didn't want to take any chances. I'd rather just take my profits quickly and get out of there. Okay, so sellers are not willing to sell past this price at the moment. Okay, let's see if they're going to drop down further. Again, if you are here right now, I wouldn't trade at this point. It's a good entry for either buying or selling, but I first want to see how these two participants react at the zone. But if you wanted to go for a buy, you can definitely take a quick, let's just take a quick buy. I just want to see, okay, let's change that to 1. Let's see how price reacts in a buy. Okay, so demand zone, of course, was there unfilled orders left? The question you got to ask yourself, was there, let me put this in a text. According to, looking to the left, were there unfilled buy orders right here? Or are there unfilled buy orders? If yes, then of course you want to be taking the buy, right? So as you can see, there were unfilled buy orders over here, but for how long? Okay, so we have buyers coming in. Now the question is, are sellers going to come in at this price? There we go. You see sellers? Let me take, so are sellers coming in? But then if I'm a seller and I'm like, oh, there's buying coming in, why would I want to sell here? Can I get the buyers, can I kind of bait them to push price up so that I can sell at the higher price? Okay, so these are the conversations that you need to be having with yourself in terms of, are your unfilled buy orders, you know, how's price reacting? How are the buyers reacting? What are the sellers thinking? Are they thinking that this is a good time to sell? We have buying over here. Now, for me, this is how I get out quickly if I was to kind of get out of a loss. This is my, if price pushes past this part over here, the sellers, that tells me that there was no more willing sellers. So this is kind of like my bodyguard, right? This is my why can't I get the word? This is my cue to say, okay, we got to get out because there actually are people willing to sell at that price. Does that make sense? And so you got to kind of figure out where's the exhaustion? Why are sellers not willing to sell here? Why are buyers not willing to buy here? Is this an appropriate price for the buyer? Is it going to keep going? At which point, at which price, and at which point does the seller say, okay, this is actually a good price for me to sell it? Does that make sense? So hopefully this little snippet of what I was able to do helps you out. I hope that you're able to have these conversations, like talk yourself through the trade instead of just watching the candle. Be a commentator at a football game, at a basketball game. You don't hear commentators only commentating when someone has scored. You know what I mean? You hear them talking throughout the time. So okay, so here we go. Sellers are they think this is an appropriate place to sell. You know, they like this price point of selling, but they're not willing to sell down below here, or are they? Does that make sense? Let's see what the buyers are going to do. So when I'm trading, I'm talking to myself. I'm talking through the trade. Okay, let's see. Sellers are coming back in. As you can see, this place over here, buyers are not willing to buy higher at that price, but the sellers are thinking, hey, this is a good price to sell it. It's a high enough price. It's 19,500. You know, so right now, for me, a quick loss would be at this point right here, because then I can say to myself, okay, sellers are actually wanting to sell at this point and get out of the trade. Buyers are coming back in. Let's see if they're going to push past this point. Once they push past this point, you can say, okay, they are willing to buy at that particular price. So as you can see, buyers are now being a bit more aggressive towards the seller, but are they going to buy beyond that point? Do we see buyers at that 962 level? Do we see buyers willing to buy at 970 level? It doesn't look like that right now. Again, this is a 1-minute chart. And so, again, talk through kind of your strategy, talk through kind of what you're learning. Now, of course, this is just me showing you, I was in a sell earlier, now I'm in a buy, kind of the what I go through, kind of just to give you my thought pattern on how buyers and sellers are going at each other. And if you can understand, you know, why price moves, what's driving price, understand the depth of price action and the imbalance of buyers and sellers, this could help you with your decision making even more. Okay, so I'm just gonna see here what if of course sellers are willing to sell and keep on selling because there's no more willing buyers, I will get out in a quick loss. But I'm just gonna give the buyers a couple more minutes. It's now 12:42 p.m. Central Standard. Probably just going to give it another 3 more minutes at the 45-minute mark to see what the buyers are going to do. Again, if sellers are going to push past that level, then of course I'm going to get out in a quick loss versus letting it run into this major loss. Does that make sense? So again, I have my zones as to where I will get out. Now again, because of the previous demand zone, price could either shoot down and break out and keep on going downwards, or it can break out and fake and take all of these orders, these unfilled orders there, and then go back up again. Okay, so these are the things that you got to be wary about when it comes to your trading, placing those trades, doing those sort of things. And so I just took my earlier profit was at 705, and so if I were to take a loss at 100, it would be a 7-to-1 risk to reward on this trade, and I think that's pretty awesome. Normally I go 1-to-1, 1-to-2, but this trade being a 1-to-7 is pretty phenomenal. So I lost 100 to make 700, so it's a $600 profit right there. But I'm gonna see what it does in the next minute. I'm gonna see how it reacts on the 15 at 12:45. It is what is today? Wow, today's Friday. Yes, okay. It is end of market day. Well, almost, well, it's the end of the week. So let's just see here. Okay, what are buyers doing? Okay, it looks like buyers could be exhausted. Are they willing to buy at 960? That is the question you got to ask yourself. If you're on a buy position, are they willing to buy at that particular price? And how bad do they want it? Or are sellers starting to see, okay, there's not a lot of buyers coming into the market, I'm gonna have to push price down in order to create demand. So that's the question you gotta ask yourself. Okay, it is 12:45. A new 15-minute chart has opened. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and get out. Oh wait, hold on. Now see, this is where it gets thingy. Buyers are no more willing to buy, but sometimes as traders we're like, man, I wanted to push past, but they've told you already they're not willing to go buy past this point. So the question is, do I stay in? Okay, sellers are coming back in. So again, see, buyers are not willing to buy past this 967. Okay, hold on. I might have spoken too soon. Are they going to push past that area? Well, okay. All right, let's see. Where was the next high? It was right here. Are buyers willing to buy? Well, obviously they were willing to buy previously. Let's see if they wanted to do it again. So I'm just going to get out here, but you get my drift. You get what I'm trying to say. I'm going to take a 180. Let me see. 200. All right. So that was a $900 day that I had in just less than 20 minutes. So this is me doing a quick scalp, talking to myself on how I quickly took a trade. Again, see, buyers are not willing to go here, and we have sellers coming in. All right. I hope you guys enjoyed this Friday. This was a quick little scalp that I did. I hope you enjoyed it, but that's what I do. I talk about the trade. I talk about what buyers are doing, what sellers are doing, kind of what's going through their mind. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks, guys. See you soon. This is Coach Cindy. Bye.